You guys didn't start talking about Mustang Sally, right?
Yeah, sorry. We're starting now. Okay. Cause it's the West Side Stories with Randy and Ezra. We're talking Sopranos like we're fucking... I don't know I can't think of a rhyme for that. We're fucking Ezra. We're West Side Stories with your host Wes Branna and Randy and Ezra. How could it get much better? West Side Stories. All right, welcome to another episode of West Side Stories podcast. We are back. Two returning guests. I have... Wait, is it Villarba or Villarba?
Villarba. You're wrong on both.
Okay.
No. Actually, the origin of my last name is Sicilian. Actually, there's a city in Sicily called Villalba, which is the origin of my last name Villarba, because Asians R's and L's are weird. But yeah, Villarba is actually originates from Villalba, which is Sicilian, which actually ties in with what we're talking about today.
Isn't that the rock song? Villalba, the wobba, bong, the bang, diggy, diggy.
Chumbawamba? It's a different band.
A much better band than Andrew's band. Yeah, Tony would have hated.
Yeah, they drink Coors Light now, but
No, they drink a whiskey
they
drink,
drink Bud
Light.
Light.
And they take
yeah.
songs that remind them of the good times. Whatever.
Yeah, and Ezra, so Andrew, okay, say it one more time for
Randy
me.
Villarba.
Randy Villarba and Ezra Nolan. Y'all returning customers. Hey, Maron!
Yeah, there's actually a city in Italy called Milano, which has nothing to do with my last name.
Milano?
Nolano!
Hey, Milano. But yeah, we're talking Sopranos today because I just finished the series.
So excited.
For my first time. And then Randy loves Sopranos. So he was like, when we were talking about it the other day, and he was like, when you finish, tell me and and I'll come through and we'll do the pod.
She said. Yeah, no. No, yeah, we were at the Quantum Brewery, Mike, and then you had mentioned you were watching it, and part of me was just like, The Sopranos, honestly, one of the best arcing start to finish series from a writing standpoint. Like when I went to school, San Diego State, fucking creative writing, major emphasis on screenwriting. It's just like couldn't help but dissect it, and then you watching it recently. Yeah, I would love to know your thoughts. More so, I know you brought me on to talk about it.
Yeah.
But your thoughts just finishing The Sopranos.
Name every thought who was in the
Totally. Yeah. Carmela, Meadow.
Carmela wasn't the side, it was Meadow. No,
Okay, name the unbangable ones.
Lady.
Like the ones you didn't want to have sex with. Janice and the mom.
Oh my God, no, dude, Janice. So Janice and fucking what's his name? The little Tony Jr. had the worst storylines of anybody in the show. Can we agree?
Anthony Jr.
All the storylines. Yeah, Tony.
Well,
Jr.
Janice played some integral roles because she did kill fucking Richie.
She killed Richie.
And then
dude, she also was a big reason why Bobby started fucking doing a bunch of bullshit that led to him getting killed. Fucking, she was also fucking with who else? Oh yeah, what's his name? Ralphie. Yeah, she was a
Ralph
big reason why Ralphie got killed too.
Yeah, Ralph Cifaretto. So yeah, there was definitely like
she literally everybody that she fucked died.
Okay, so but the elephant in the room, the ending.
The ending. Okay,
your thoughts on the ending.
Okay, so I had actually a really good discussion with Dayton about this. So I 100% think that Tony got whacked at the end, and here's why. Because like, for one thing, they foreshadow a lot that it's going to be very brief. That if you do die, like if you were to get shot, you're not gonna feel it. It's gonna be just boom. The other thing is the whole entire show is from Tony's perspective, talking about it to a therapist. Like that's where it starts. He's talking about it to Jennifer Malfi or whatever, Dr. Malfi, and like so the whole thing is through that. So it's like if it was to continue from a different perspective, it wouldn't make sense. Like if he got.
I mean, like honestly, there's so many other things. So I don't even think that it could just be the death of him as a person. It could just be the death of him being that person, the death of him being like in that business. Because like kind of what I think happened is like, bro, I think that like, yo, dude, that was the start of him like turning over to like some other shit and like doing
no, but it shows
there's nothing in the storyline where you're the capo of the mob walking away from it.
Let me talk.
I think those guys who were coming in at the end in the diner, right? I think those dudes are really just from Publishers Clearinghouse, and they were giving him a big-ass fucking check on behalf of Ed McMahon or whatever that guy's name was.
No.
You're the only one who thinks this bit.
Yeah,
I know, because I'm making it up right now. I don't really think
No, but what do you... Go ahead, Randy.
No. I agree with you on the point of view. From a screenwriting standpoint, the film, or just the series as a whole, was from Tony's point of view. You and Dayton brought up a good point. But you take it from a stylistic standpoint of the diner, was the meter of how it was filmed. Bell ring, you see Tony's point of view, the doorway. And it was 4 separate times. And then the 5th time, you don't see Meadow walking through the doorway because it's already black. To reverse engineer, did he die there? Then you look at the interviews with Chase, the writer, producer, director from, and he talked about in a separate interview. He was like driving by like the airport and saw a small little hole in the wall diner, and he thought to himself, that's where Tony gets killed. Something like that. So it's already put into his brain that he was writing Tony's death at the end.
So there was actually an interview that I wrote with him just now, and he was kind of talking about how like it's kind of irrelevant as to whether
Speaking of the microphone.
it was like kind of irrelevant as to whether or not he actually dies. Like the whole thing of it is supposed to be like not even just like death of him as a person, but like it could just be like literally the death of like that Tony Soprano. You know what I mean? So whether it be like
I get where you're trying to pull
that's
it
not
back.
my perspective. That's like literally what I just read in an interview with that Chase dude.
Yeah, but Chase is more on the record saying he killed Tony Soprano.
Which,
and was writing towards Tony.
Well, and also here's the other thing that I can.
That makes the most sense, honestly.
Here's the other reason I can distinctly say that it was 100. Like for me, I'm like 100%. It was fucking death, is because like they cut the way that they cut it off. The feeling that you get when it and here's a perfect example, and I forget the episode now, but there's an episode that's I think it's season 5 or season 4, but it's where it's the Christmas episode where they're all like, you know, they end up like the end of it is they're having this nice Sopranos Christmas. It's this beautiful like white Christmas. It's just them all like, and it's just this beautiful moment of like familyness and togetherness. And I'm like, if they were ending it and Tony wasn't gonna die, that is the feeling it would have ended on. It would have ended on that, but it ends on a boop, like it literally stops. And it abruptly goes to credits, and that's.
And also, I feel like a big
killing
part of
the narrator.
I feel like a big part of the show is like you really can't show Tony dying. You know what I mean?
Can.
Like,
we watch endless mob.
No, but
because think about it. We watch so many other people die. We never watch Tony die. We watch him get severely injured. It's like a huge point of conjunction within the show.
Well, also,
but like for a show like that, like you can't watch Tony die. You know, it's not like Uncut Gems where it's like funny to watch Adam Sandler's character die. It's like awesome. You know what I mean? But
I feel like
I never watched the movie. Thank you.
For you.
Spoiler alert.
No, I've never watched. I never watched.
There's no reason he dies. Got it.
I never watched
yeah,
Uncut Gems either. But also like I think that like because Tony like
Would you? Oh, I'm sorry. Would you have actually watched that, Randy? I'm sorry.
No, I would. I wouldn't have watched it. I love Adam Sandler being funny. When he got serious, it made me realize that he wanted to do something.
Yeah,
easy.
no, that movie was such a fucking. It was such shit. But please go.
Yeah, no, I know. But I feel you. But like the thing is, like I feel like Tony, like I feel like him, like he dies, and you have this like immediately there's like that's why like they said that the people checked their cable boxes, you know what I mean? Everybody like when it was actually airing that like people fucking were like, oh what, like they thought that the cable went out because it has that abrupt cut.
It's
and so
real abrupt.
And that's what I think that like the whole thing is said through Tony's perspective, even though like there's scenes that Tony's not in, obviously. I still think that is basically through the story of Tony.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all being told through Tony. So
even if he's not in the scene, it still
exactly,
has something to do with him.
Exactly. It's still him, like somehow. It's
furthering
still
the plot.
Yeah, it's somehow coming through. Like we're seeing it through the lens of him. Like the only reason the audience is able to see into the lens of this world is because he opened it up to Dr. Malfi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He started talking to her. Boom. That's our opening thing, and then the second that that he is not the perspective into the world, we have no perspective into the world as the audience, because that is the only window into the world that there is.
More like Dr. Malfi, am I right, fellas?
Wait, Malfi what?
Malfi.
She was hot.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
we're more like Dr. Milfy.
Yeah, that's even better. Okay. That deserves a better one.
There it is.
All right. Like, so for me, bringing it back to a stylistic standpoint, and upon rewatching, I've rewatched the series quite a few times. The thing that for me is his character from a stylistic point had art. It was a fall. In the first episode, the family's having a dinner, and then Tony Soprano is raising a toast, going like, "I hope we remember these good times, the family good times." Mm-hmm. On that last episode at the diner, Anthony brought up that toast. He's like, hope we could remember the good times. And then he's like, what's with the fucking sarcasm? And he's like, you said that.
Yeah.
So it showed the full degradation of Tony's character at that stage. Because at the beginning, you're like, this is an optimistic mob boss.
Yeah.
Like we're rooting for this guy.
Boss, yeah, he's still stoked about life. By the end of
season 1, he fucking murders someone in cold blood. And we're watching it. So you're rooting for a villain. Like the one thing that The Sopranos did, it ushered in the era of television series rooting for the villains.
Oh, totally.
Breaking Bad, Boardwalk Empire,
fucking The Wire.
Yeah.
Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, you're rooting for a
totally
Eastbound
and Down.
That is bad.
Principles, all the Danny McBride spin-offs. Yeah,
and at the end he dies. I mean, there's nothing to root for in that character who doesn't remember the wholesomeness of why you liked him in season 1.
That's a really good point. Actually, I never thought of it that way. That's a really valid point. All right, so how about this, you guys? Why do you think Tony killed Christopher? Why do you think he killed Christopher?
I mean, it's one of the hardest parts of the whole show for me, because Christopher was my favorite character. Like, from day one, I was like, I love Christopher. And even though he was a piece of shit and he was a junkie and shit, he was just... that's what I'm saying, is a piece of shit. That was the hard parts for me to be like, I love you still. I'm like, oh, God, you're such a fucking asshole. But, I mean, I loved Christopher. But I think that, and Dayton said this too, but because Dayton said the cowboy-itis thing, because he was just too fucking originally, Tony early on says that, or he says it. Tony says that fucking that Christopher's got cowboy-itis, which is just you're too big for your britches. You want to fucking he's wanting to fucking just. He takes too many chances. Is too risky.
You're describing 3/4 of the comedy scene, but go on.
Yeah, exactly. But no, exactly. Fucking exactly.
Hey man, I found my center through psychedelics. So describing you two.
Yeah.
3/4.
I'm cowboy-itis for sure. No, but and that's why I love Christopher. That's why.
No, I empathize and loved Christopher when I was younger. Now, as a 45-year-old guy looking back at the series, I empathize with Paulie more than anyone.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Well, Paulie's the shit for sure.
Well, he's the shit. He was a consummate professional through and through. Wanted aspirations, would get punked, but still was the subservient boss who stuck to the code.
What I like most about Paulie was that, dude, he was also very vulnerable as a person.
Yes, he's very sensitive. He's very sensitive.
Yeah, he's very sensitive.
Cared about the welfare of his mom. I could fucking love that.
Which actually ended up being his aunt, which was crazy, and that really fucked him up too. To the point where he almost fucking did. Yeah, it was yo, you fucking.
But also at the same time, his character arc for me was just he was a professional, but I still have to call him out rewatching it. Dude was a rat. He didn't rat out to the feds, but he ratted out to the other
he
family.
would talk. Yeah, he would talk. Exactly. Yeah. He was.
And the fact that he ratted out to the other family, to me, is where I lost the. All of these characters in the mob that was introduced, they were all giving you a reason not to root for them.
Exactly.
Name what, with the exception of Furio. He's like the only perfect.
Yeah, no,
he was the shit.
shit.
He was the only perfect, stuck to his morals, didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, Furio's a good dude for sure.
Here we are talking about a fucking hitman, fucking enforcer. That guy is a good guy.
Yeah.
He was not a stupid fucking rat.
Yeah, he wasn't a
He didn't fuck
student.
the boss's wife,
Yeah.
but he knew he could.
The Don's wife. Yeah, no, it's Furio's the shit for sure. But I mean, even he like almost he's challenged by it. You know, like he had that moment where he almost pushes Tony into the fucking
propeller. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
that's what he decided to
he
do.
thinks about it. Yeah, and exactly, he was like, "Yo, I'm getting taken over."
But that's a man who's like, all right, but I take La Cosa Nostra more seriously.
Yeah.
And I know putting myself here breaks the code. Like, he's
Yeah.
old world Sicily. He's like, put me back
Exactly.
in the element where being an American doesn't gray the area.
Yeah.
He was from Napoli, right? Wasn't he from like Tuscany or something like that?
Oh, yeah, it was Napoli. Yeah, in Napoli. Yeah, he was from Naples.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Naples, because that's where he was. He kept talking to Carmela about like he was gonna build a thing there or whatever. Yeah,
I
little
like
cottage.
to think he was allowed to retire because, like, how do you tell that guy no?
I
You
thought
Yeah.
can't kill the guy or shame him into hanging himself because you won't let him retire.
Furio killed Tony
Yeah.
and then took over as fucking Tony. So at that table,
Members, no, but we all know it's the members only jacket guy. The episode's called Members Only.
Yeah.
There's a dude wearing the members only
only
jacket.
jacket.
Going back to art.
Oh, I didn't even see that part. Wait, what?
The last
I
episode
missed
is
that.
called Members Only.
And then he's wearing a members
And if
only
you-
jacket.
if
What's
you-
a members only jacket?
Oh my god, are you that young?
Yeah, he is.
I am. I'm only 31 and stupid.
It's basically like a douchebag bomber jacket.
Okay.
Like it going back to.
But what is the
Hold on. Let me finish this point. Going back to things are introduced into film and on screen for a reason, if done perfectly. In
Yeah.
season 1, there's an episode where they're making fun of a dude wearing a members only jacket. So
Oh.
you bring that element back into the last episode.
Okay.
If you read the credits, that actor is credited as an actor as members only
Yeah.
Oh,
jacket
wow.
guy.
Okay.
And if you look at the framing of the
Wow.
guy who walks in, he goes to the bathroom. He's standing there by
Yeah.
the bathroom, the blind side to Tony.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And if you notice the whole time Tony's looking around and shit like that, that's the one spot that he can't fucking
And then you
Yeah.
look in the middle of the series, Anthony's talking to Tony, and Anthony's going like, your favorite scene in The Godfather is when,
Oh yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah, homeboy kills that guy in the restaurant.
In the restaurant, and
Yeah.
it's coming from the bathroom, coming from the backside. So all these
Yeah,
tropes
foreshadowing
are
the
foreshadowing
entire time.
The entire
Wow,
time.
that's so
Here's
crazy.
another tiny thing, because like I said, I'm a film nut, and I geek out.
So
on
then the
this shit.
members jacket though that's like
That's the killer.
but who does that what does that signify that is? What is the members jacket?
Well, the members only jacket.
What did that was what I mean. What is the significance of members only jacket? Like what is the Here you got talking to
Well,
this.
no, he was the member, but like
No, I was just saying it to let Tony know that he's not a member. But
at the very beginning, the character that was introduced with a jacket was the guy who ended up hanging himself because they wouldn't.
Oh
let him
yeah.
retire.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So you fast forward, that system that eventually shamed that
Yeah.
guy to killing himself was La Cosa Nostra. So the members only jacket was why the fuck is a boss? being
members-
killed? It's just because the system itself
members-
was forced to kill him based upon his actions that we watched over 7
Yeah,
years.
because of fucking Phil, because he killed Phil.
Because the La Cosa Nostra doesn't exist, but if it did exist, it would have rules to uphold to kill a boss for doing things that the boss shouldn't have done.
Yeah. So they were just like how in Goodfellas when Joe Pesci's character gets whacked at the end because he didn't. Okay, yeah. Okay, I know.
Joe Pesci was different because so he's just a you know what I mean versus like.
Yeah, he's not the boss. Yeah, that's the
Boss.
that's the highest level. Yeah. But no, fucking. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, so he's like a fucking. He's a. Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you another weird piece on the final episode.
Yeah.
If you look on the wall, there's a photo of a cat. I'm good. You look on the wall, there's like a portrait of a cat. Remember when Chris died and they had the orange cat that kept on looking at?
Oh yeah.
So these themes are there. It's still a set
On the wall. There's a picture of a cat. Oh, because it was a cat that was looking at the Chris.
So if you look at the painting.
No, when he died.
It's a
when he died. Once it killed Tony, killed him.
Orange cat. So those themes are all present.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's
so it's just like. All of those elements I didn't obviously observe the first time I watched it, but rewatching, and then rewatching the entire series. My old writing professor at State always said, the best screenwriters, if did well, what's on screen is on screen for a reason.
Yeah.
Nothing is arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like set design should be foreshadowing, and imperfection, that's like Hitchcock.
Yeah,
Hitchcock, or like I would say Orson Welles too. Like, Orson Welles is really good at it. Like, if you watch Citizen Kane, like, literally every fucking thing. Like, every fucking detail. Down to the lines in the goddamn background.
Down to the fucking vegetable in their hand.
Yeah.
It all foreshadows.
Wow. Yeah, that shit's cool. I fucking love, like, good set, like, that kind of shit. Good setup, good foreshadowing. Like, it makes it so much more rich. The entire, product, like, once you look back upon it.
Like, just a whole bunch of, like, little subtle stuff that, like, most people just wouldn't actively look for. They'd just be like, oh, shit, that's a fucking cat. Or, like, oh, shit, this, that, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I really, really appreciate a lot of that. And Sopranos has a lot of great stuff like that throughout the series. Like, even in, like, the very first seasons and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really think of anything right now. I'm sure Randy's better at it than I am. But, yeah, like, So a perfect example of it, Kevin Federty. What was it? Kevin Finnerty. That whole fucking storyline or whatever. There was so much wherein, like, they bring up, like, a whole bunch of shit that happened, like, throughout the series. Yeah. You know what I mean? But just, like, in different ways, stuff that you didn't really think made sense.
Yeah. Wait, who was Kevin Finnerty again?
When fucking Tony was in the coma and he was fucking having that life where he was a businessman.
Oh, yeah. That was super weird.
A lot of people hate that shit, but I think that was some of the best episodes, and it really, really showed off James Gandolfini's range as an actor.
No, but that whole, like, he was in the coma, those dreams.
Yeah, that shit's super confusing.
I loved it.
Rest in
that's
peace,
what I'm saying, though.
Rest in peace, David Lynch. I just felt like I was watching Twin Peaks for a while. I'm like, wait a minute, can we get back to the story?
Well, dude, so that's what I liked about it. It's like, so a lot of those episodes had, like, exactly what we're talking about. Just, like, a lot of subtle stuff where it's like you wouldn't really notice it or think about it, but it's like, yo, a lot of it plays into this moment right here. And it's like how Tony's reflecting on it, how it affects him, how it affects his inner psyche. You know what I mean? Like, dude, him being led to the afterlife by Steve Buscemi's character right after he had just killed him. You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's a fucking crazy thing.
Yeah.
Because he's holding the briefcase. Right? The briefcase being his life, the briefcase being like his baggage, so to speak, emotional baggage. As
I kind of want to rewatch this episode now.
Yeah, and then you guys have then watched Many Saints of New York, Newark, right?
Yeah.
I was disappointed, royally disappointed.
Yeah,
like I thought the story was cool, but I thought the way they executed it was just bad.
And then you could tell when then they squeezed in like a total DEI fucking portion of the story.
What's a DEI mean?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like the secondary.
Well, yeah, it's full of Italians, right?
Well, no.
They're not really people, right?
Oh, how the blacks win at the end and shit. And it's like,
you're like, wait a minute.
That was the craziest thing ever. I was
and I'm going like, no, I get it. That's a whole separate series. Can we get back to the point where I thought we were watching a Tony origin story?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I think because they're coming out with the.
It was just very confusing. It was like, where are you going with this?
Where it's like Tony, like fucking whatever, like
they are.
Whatever. Yeah, so I think that's what it was setting up. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
But the failure of the movie killed any development of trying to write that story.
It's coming out. No, that story. It's coming out later.
Google that. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah, it's like fucking.
Hold on, that needs to be a fact check. I don't want
you to fact check it out. Fact check it out. But let me like just spit on fucking.
Hey, Jamie, can you Google that?
Yeah, Ezra. But fucking no, like because I thought it was crazy that fucking Junior had fucking Dickie Moltisanti killed.
Yeah,
like that's.
Holy shit, they're doing it.
Oh, fuck. I wonder if Dayton
there's the Twin Towers. They're bringing us back to freedom.
I'm so happy that I'm finished and caught up. And, like, I'm so happy. I'd be so bummed if I wasn't.
I feel better knowing that you told us the truth and I denied. I apologize. You were right.
No, it's okay. Sometimes I tell the truth.
Sometimes. But sometimes.
That's why we have this. That's sick, and it's dude. I loved him too because I did love his son as young Tony.
So, dude,
he was good. That's sick. That's amazing.
So this makes this podcast topical.
That's crazy.
But going back to the Many Saints, loved him.
Yeah,
I wanted to see more of
that
movie.
Me too.
It reminded me of like watching fucking episode 1 in Star Wars.
Yeah,
where I'm like, why is this a movie? This could be the first 20 minutes of episode 2.
Yeah,
and that could have been episode 1 for me. That's how I feel about the Many Saints. Like, love the fact Joey Diaz was in it.
Yeah, Joey Diaz in it was awesome.
Getting capped in the head.
But it was so great.
But it was great watching it in the theater because every single fucking person who was listening to the church at that moment, you knew who were Joey Diaz fans. Because when he got capped, you heard anguish. Like people were like, "What the fuck?" Whereas, like, if you were watching it normally, the ancillary guy getting capped would not elicit an emotional reaction like it was in the theater. Because in the theater, it was like probably like 6 single dudes and me. Like, just hey, Uncle Joey.
So, no, Joey in it is awesome. And it's hilarious. Joey Diaz is in the Saints of Many Saints. He's Pussy's dad.
And he gets capped in the
but
head
it's so funny because he looks like Pussy Bumpin' He looks so much like Pussy Bumpin' Like when you're watching the show and you watch Pussy, you're like, oh, that kind of looks like a young Joey Diaz.
But I like how it set up the story. It set up why Tony was so fatherly to Chris.
Yeah.
In the scenario.
100%. No, it humanizes Tony's character so much more because, like, seeing young Tony, you're like, oh, you were a kid. You were an adorable, dorky little.
Okay. Not just an Italian. Maybe they are real people.
It could be because, like, the screen and the young fucking Gandolfini's staring at me. But I just can't help. Okay, how do you think they're going to write this?
Well.
I mean, is David Chase writing it? Is he behind all this too?
I don't know, but like, I mean, like, if you took that young Tony Soprano, like, going back to what I was saying, it's like we took a mob boss where we became empathetic and we were rooting for him through 7 seasons. Are we gonna basically watch Dexter? Like however many seasons of just a homicidal maniac?
I think they'll probably develop. I think they'll probably develop like, well, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely think it's probably going to show like Tony's dad doing what the fuck ever he does, and like I don't know.
Tony's dad's dead at this point.
No. And that?
Oh no, he's not dead. Oh yeah, you get to see Tony's dad as a boss with Junior as a boss.
Junior.
I think Junior's gonna be.
And you get to see Paulie and fucking Syl because I love that about the.
No. My thing is like, dude, I'm excited to see the way in which fucking Junior develops.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's the older brother. You know, he's jealous as shit.
Oh yeah, he had Dickie killed.
Yeah.
He's the only guy
That's
who
crazy.
Survived to the nursing home, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, so the Sopranos.
And that's a rarity.
Yeah, it really is.
The Soprano family literally.
Actually, he lived through the whole thing, didn't he? He didn't die at all.
Yeah, no, he became senile in a nursing home, and they let him.
Oh yeah, Junior. Yeah, and he shoots Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point,
but it's a rare story where he basically ended up like like The Godfather.
Yeah.
You got to retire and die of old age.
Yeah. It's
that
like
doesn't happen.
Yeah, most people don't make it to there.
They get capped.
Yeah, exactly.
There's one way out of the mafia usually involves the fucking Hudson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You mean like the store, right?
Yeah. No, that one
I've
comic.
always been a Sears and Roebuck.
No, Jessica Hudson.
I'm a Piggly Wiggly man myself.
Local comic.
I love getting Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah. No, dude.
Call me a local comic.
No, Jessica.
Well, I think that like
still working to a local comic, Ezra. Be real.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't fucking compliment me like that.
No, but it's crazy because the Soprano family actually like ended the Moltisanti family lineage because Junior killed Dickie and then Tony killed Christopher.
Yep.
So they and that
kills Chris's daughter.
Meadow killed what?
What? No, I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, Meadow and Christopher never hooked up.
No, Meadow killed Chris's daughter, like as in the daughter that he had with that other lady.
What?
Like
who are you talking
I'm
about?
implying that Meadow killed a baby. I'm making a joke.
I know, but that only makes sense to this if Christopher and Meadow slept together.
No, it doesn't. Storyline where she's pregnant.
No, it doesn't. No, it's so you know how Christopher.
He just created a.
Yes. You're saying Meadow. You're saying Meadow killed.
Yes.
Because Christopher did have a baby. So there is a Moltisanti heir.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
baby?
It's his. That chick, that stripper chick. He hooks up with after Adriana.
She ends up the mom of
That
actually gets written out. I thought that was like a loose end. Okay, cool.
No, that happens because then at the end, then there's that scene where fucking Paulie comes and Chris and Paulie are still beefing, and Paulie comes and fucking runs a car all the way through his garden and shit, okay. Christopher's garden, and that's in front of that chick's house, like the chick with that he shares with her. Okay. Yeah, because he's doing that, but then he's also hooking up with that other chick.
Like all this death and stuff, and my concern is like, what about the baby?
Yeah. Where did the baby go?
The baby.
It's a retirement community.
All right, so who can you guys do the best impression of in the series?
I don't think I'm good.
There are no Asians.
I'm not good in impressions.
Yeah, there is. There's that guy who fucking Steve Buscemi works for.
Oh yeah, Mr. Kim. Yeah,
the Korean.
Yeah, the Kims. Yeah.
Y'all are close enough.
Yeah, you could be a Kim.
They're basically
Peninsula Islands. It's over there.
Yeah. You steal my truck. Yeah. What is your guys' favorite episode? Do you guys have a favorite or like an episode you're fondest of?
Okay, what I'll say is the episode, the first like really, really good episode I think there was I think it was season 1, episode 3, I believe it is, when Tony and Meadow go out to look at colleges together, and Tony finds that guy who he wants.
Oh yeah.
That's like the first
episode. That is my favorite episode too. College, specifically the one that he brought up. I'd have to agree with you because like if you look at it as a standalone, you have a mob boss taking his daughter to check out colleges,
very innocuous,
but then they're truthfully being transparent.
Yeah,
and he has that moment where his daughter, there's the father-daughter truth.
Yeah,
and then when he decides to choose being a mob boss over being a father.
Yeah,
I mean that's like at the same time, like there's a priest trying to bang his wife at home. Like, that episode is a movie.
Yeah, that is true. Movie. No, that is one of the episodes that like hooks you, where you're like, Jesus Christ, this shit.
And another side note, I recently saw the interview, just kind of like brushing up. That was Chase's favorite episode he ever wrote.
Oh, really?
That's cool. That's sick.
Yeah, because so one thing I like about that is when Tony and Meadow are driving up to one of the colleges, and Meadow goes, "Dad, are you in the mafia?" He goes, "No. There is no mafia," like whatever shit like that, right? And then like
he's like, but if there was,
well, no. Here's the thing though. So he says that, and then later on in that same fucking episode, abandons his fucking daughter to go murder somebody on behalf of the mafia.
Yeah. Well, and then he has to like kind of lie to her about it too. He's like,
and she calls him out on the line.
She calls him exactly. He has to cover his tracks and like.
And if you look at every scene from that point forward, Meadow was no longer open to him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she closed. That was when she. When she like closed off and shit and was like, okay, I understand who my dad is.
And she just closed off and didn't open up for the rest of the series.
And then, you know what though? No. Here's the thing though. She did well. There was that one time, what was his name?
Noah?
No, Jackie Jr.'s funeral, right?
Chocolate briquette.
Fucking Jackie's little sister is and she's talking to that girl in the fucking kitchen. And Meadow's just like, what the fuck's the matter with you? You know we don't talk about this in front of outsiders? Bull! Like,
Bro,
it like really kind of showed that like, yo, dude, Meadow knew who she like.
I think Jackie Sr.'s funeral. That was
Jackie Jr.'s funeral.
That was that Jackie Jr.'s? Oh, okay. Yeah, when he gets whacked. Okay. That was
like the Freddie Prinze looking guy.
Yeah, no, I remember Jackie Jr. getting whacked and shit.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze is Puerto Rican.
Yeah, no. And
the dude from She's All That is what I'm saying. Yeah, all right, that guy.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Oh, yeah, the guy from Scooby-Doo. Yeah, it's the guy from Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Island.
But blonde. But okay, but Italian in this one.
My favorite, I think my favorite episodes is I have two favorite I have a favorite episode and I have like one of my definitely favorite parts. So my favorite episode I think is Pine Barrens.
Oh yeah, no,
which one was that?
It's when Paulie and fucking Christopher have to they have to go take the Russian guy out to South Jersey, deep South Jersey, and fucking because they go pick up Sill's money from this Russian dude, but then the Russian dude he's got a universal remote. Paulie drops it on the ground and breaks it like on purpose, and the fucking Russian dude kind of like comes at Paulie is talking shit, so Paulie smashes a fucking bottle in his face, and then they end up like beating the Russian dude down to where like they think he's dead. They tie him up and they put him in the car. But then when they get there, they realize he's not dead yet. So then it's like icy out. It's like snowy out and shit. So they fucking bring him out to fucking, and they have him like dig. They're like, you're gonna dig your own grave. And so they have him digging. But then he hits Christopher in the head with a fucking shovel and fucking starts running away. And they shoot him. Like they shoot at him a bunch of times and they hit him. They do hit him in the head. But he fucking gets away. But they think he's probably gonna die. But they get lost out there. They get hella lost.
I remember this.
Yeah, and then they get stuck in the van together. They're like, they find a fucking some van out there, and then Tony has to get Bobby Bacala to fucking drive up there with him, get all his hunting gear, because Bobby's like, versed, like knowledgeable with hunting and shit. So he gets all his hunting gear. They go up to the fucking Pine Barrens or whatever in South Jersey, and then fucking they have to go find Christopher, and like Christopher and Paulie are stuck in the woods. And like, there's a hilarious scene where like, Christopher is just like, or like Paulie's like, fucking, don't make me have to pull rank on you, kid. And he's like, fuck you, Paulie. Right now we're just two fucking assholes, fucking stuck in the woods, frozen together. Like
the realism of it all.
Yeah, he's like, dude, yeah, and it's all Paulie's fault too. Yeah. Like that's why it's like, I love Paulie, but Paulie can be such a dummy, dude. Like it's like, that's why I love Paulie, but it's like he literally does all of this just because Paulie made all of that happen. It was the dumbest. It was the dumbest thing. Yeah, and then he tries to blame Christopher for it. And then Christopher hears him. He's like, "Yo, you gonna choke me?" Like,
and that comes up like a few times later on in the series. Too.
Oh yeah,
there's that one episode where they're all just hanging out and they're just like shooting the shit and like having a good time. It's like one of the few times in the series where like everybody's getting along. Yeah. It's like early season 5 or something like that. And it was right when Steve Buscemi's character gets out of prison.
Yeah.
Telling the story and then fucking they're just like, tell that story about the Pine Barrens. And then he's just like,
they just get in a fight. Yeah.
Because like Chris is just telling the fucking story.
Yeah.
And Paulie feels like an asshole. It's just like, well, it's all your fucking fault though.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Definitely, I love that scene or that fucking episode though is classic. And then the other episode, the one scene that really just like brings me like, because the thing about Tony that I love is that Tony, like, he's a fucking obviously like this, he's a mob boss, so he's an evil dude, like, but he has these humanizing qualities. Like, he obviously loves his family, you know what I mean? But, but the thing is that I really, really love his love for animals.
Yeah.
Like, it really, like, makes me, like, warms my heart a little bit because
fucking Richie over the
that's the scene I'm going to. When he kills Ralph because of Pi Oh My, that like makes me so like I'm just
a beautiful creature.
Yeah, beautiful creature. Yeah, dude, I'm like when that happens, dude. When I see that scene, I'm like getting like every fucking like hair on my body is standing up. I'm so happy. I'm like I hate you.
My favorite is Ralph's reply when Tony's just like, "You killed it, didn't you?" And he's like, "No." But even if I did, so what?
Well, and he does that. He says that's a tell. That's a Ralph Civarello fucking tell, because he does that exact same thing when he lies to Johnny Sack, because he's like, I didn't say that. But even if I did, and Johnny's like, why the fuck would you even if I did? Yeah. Because when he's talking about the lie talking about the joke he did about Jenny.
That's like fucking total fucking you're saying it, so you're admitting it.
Yeah, he's like, but even if I did, it's like, okay, you definitely did. Yeah, and Tony knows that. He knows his tell, so he's like, you did fucking kill that horse, didn't you? Yeah, you fucking burned it. And like, yeah, dude, that shit just like I'm gonna fucking like, and then and that's the other part of me losing love for Christopher is when he kills fucking Adriana's dog. When he don't like fucking like.
It's like, dude, you have to be dying from heroin.
He like fucking passes out from heroin so bad that he like kills her dog. That's when I lost some of my love for Christopher.
Like, here's my thing though, like as a fucking former heroin junkie, like I
please do tell.
Yes, please tell us.
That's a plant medicine dude. So please tell me when you go to the other side.
That doesn't have dude, I don't care how fucking high you are on heroin. You can feel a dog under your ass. You can feel a lot of things going in your ass. You can feel like your ass is still very much aware of life and what goes on in and around it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, no, dude, fuck that shit. I hated that scene because it's just like, yo, as a junkie, I find that disrespectful. We love dogs.
Yeah.
We love dogs
Like,
so
this is
much,
a bad name on
dog
junkies,
food.
dude. Yeah.
Dude.
This is a bad name. Yeah, that's fucking no. That I did. Yeah, I hate that scene. I did like those are the scenes where it starts taking me like because you like you said every character you love every character, but there's gonna be something in every character that you're like I don't like that. I don't like that.
Anthony Jr. and fucking what's her name? The sister.
Meadow.
No, the sister. Janice. Yeah, I fucking should have just hated Anthony Jr.
Oh
and
yeah.
Janice
Oh yeah. AJ
time.
sucks. Yeah, AJ fucking
like, bro,
sucks.
There's like zero redeeming fucking things about AJ. You know what I mean?
Well, AJ.
I hate Janice.
Yeah.
Well, AJ just yeah. I mean, like he didn't pick a lane.
He could have just been like they could have written that character to be so much cooler and like done so much more with it, but like they just didn't do anything. Like the one thing they did was him like crying like a fucking baby over some hot girl.
Yeah,
we've all been there.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, maybe not all of
So
us.
You gotta let your emotions out, Ezra.
Yeah.
But no, dude, like and like Janice just like fucking was just frustrating the whole time.
I hated Janice.
You know what
I hated
Like,
Janice.
dude,
She's the worst.
All the Soprano women were antagonists.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but here's the thing. So Meadow was cool. You know what I mean? Meadow at least had like a decent arc, you know what I mean? Like she was a person. Carmela was a fucking person.
Carmela's
you know what I
tight.
mean? Like, dude,
Carmela's
I love how
dope.
Carmela, like, dude, her arc was just like, yo, dude, she got sick of just being home alone. Her kids were all leaving the house. And, like, dude, she tried to, like, do some shit, but it just, like, constantly fell all the fuck apart because all the men in her life were just complete fucking nincompoops.
She almost banged a priest, almost banged a soldier.
She did bang a fucking the fucking teacher dude.
Oh yeah, which like honestly, like that's so sad for her. Like for all
it
the
sucked.
That she could have
Yeah, that dude sucked. That dude was a fucking pussy bitch, dude.
Yeah, like dude, I feel so bad for Carmela because like literally all the men.
She should have gotten fucked by Furio.
She
wanted Furio so bad.
So happy.
She wanted Furio so bad.
She literally should have just like moved to Italy.
No, you know that's what happened after.
Oh yeah, that probably
Tony
that's probably what happened.
Furio came to console Camilla.
Furio
for sure.
hired the guy in the fucking members only jacket. He literally picked Tony's body up out of that booth, sat down, and then that was the rest of it.
No,
the Casey family did
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that Furio had him killed.
No. I'm just talking.
I think it was New York. It was New York, right? It was in rebuttal for Phil being killed, probably.
Yeah. New York had Tony killed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
It was a scenario where both bosses were washed and you restart.
Yeah, it's just like let's clean our hands of everything. It's gotten too muddy.
Your boss needs to go, and let's restart.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's just like we need
because both warring
heads
were cut off.
Yeah. And luckily, Paulie made it. Fucking Sil probably, hopefully, made it. He was like in the ER when that series ended, but he hopefully.
So who do you think took over for the family after Tony died?
Paulie.
Paulie?
I think Paulie.
Yeah, he was probably the most.
He was the most senior.
Well, because him and Sil were, but like Sil then got shot, so then he's probably
Sil was
in.
a part of that whole thing. Sil was a part of the whole cleaning house.
I know. But then going back to the fact that Paulie was a rat to New York.
Oh yeah, so
but nobody knew that.
Yeah, except
he's
for Johnny
gonna
Sack,
nobody.
Well, no, Johnny Sack was dead at that time.
Yeah. So at that point, who becomes the boss? The guy who played the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about Little Carmine? He's still around too.
Yeah, that was true. I don't know if he took over for.
Yeah, you're right. That's actually a good argument.
Little Carmine was in New York, so he might have taken over for New York after Phil.
Yeah, but then taking over for Jersey, like the only person I could think logically
was Paulie. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably Paulie.
Because like he even had that scene where it's just like if something were to happen to Tony, I would not be repressed to take over.
Yeah,
like that was actually verbalized.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah, no, it probably was Paulie who took over and Little Carmine who took over.
Which makes me feel better because that means that Aunt had the nursing home that she needed, the one that Tony was making fun of her.
Yeah, no, totally.
Okay. So, are we gonna go get Italian food after this? Like,
he's got to go, and I gotta go after.
I do have a pizza at home, so I am getting Italian food when I get home.
Well,
I really want some fucking Italian food.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, dude, what a great show for real. Like, if you haven't seen Sopranos and you're watching this, you definitely need to go take the time to check it out. It's fucking, and yes.
Do you guys like Venture Brothers?
What? Fuck yeah, no, yeah, Ezra, chill. Yeah, chill, bro. Place and time. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't realize that I needed to be like read up on another series.
No.
Ezra's like, what else are we watching here, guys?
I like Loki. Loki was dope. That's not what we were talking about.
Yeah, Sopranos, bro. Fucking.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, fucking Maron.
Bada boom.
But no, fucking. Yeah, any other scenes or anything that like stands out to you guys? I will say, dude.
Infinity shit is fucking. It's like one of my favorites, but most people seem to hate that whole like arc. I think it's like.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the dreamy shit. It's fucking. I never like dream sequence shit too much. It's just hard to figure out because you're like, there's so much subconscious.
So how did you feel about Tony Blundetto though? Fucking what's his name?
Steve Buscemi's character. I didn't really understand that either. Like, why did he fucking why did he like? I guess he just. Oh, I guess I understood it. Like, I guess he was like got out of jail because like obviously like Tony fucking hit his head that day. He wasn't able to make it to the heist. Fucking Steve Buscemi's character got fucking popped 15 years in the cell. Gets out and then he's like wants to have a clean start. Then it doesn't work for him. So then he's like, all right, now I'm going to fucking try and get some action in the game. But he goes too hard,
Too fast.
Goes too hard, too fast. Gets a taste. Well, he gets that money. That's what really fucks him is he finds that money. That money, remember?
What really fucked him was he got fucking paid to kill that one dude.
No, but remember when he gets that like him and his girl are chilling, and then they just see the fucking a bag get thrown out, and he fucking finds like he finds like 10 grand in there or some shit, or finds like 5 grand or whatever, and then he's just living it up for a second, and he gets that taste, and then he's like, oh, I don't want to fucking I have to I need more.
I can't do a 9 to 5 anymore.
Yeah, he's like, I need to fucking. All these guys are living it up. Everybody's living it up. I could have this, and then he goes way too hard. But like, yeah, like why does he? I kind of missed why he kills that. Oh, he gets hired. He just gets hired as a lone gun to kill that dude, but steps outside of the family's like, and he doesn't get a nod from anybody. Does it outside of like. Yeah, and then they're acts alone.
And the rules involved in that is every kill is ordered.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you can't just be murdering people or. Yeah,
there's a code. Amongst these murderers.
Yeah, there's a code. Yeah, you can't just be fucking killing, whacking people. It's not whack-a-mole, dude. It's fucking.
It's not GTA. It's La Cosa Nostra, dude. There are rules.
Yeah.
If it existed, of course.
Yeah. No, it's some crazy shit, dude. It's fucking. It's definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that those families still exist too in some capacity.
Oh yeah.
Like the mafia never went away.
Yeah,
dude, same thing with like if you look at like robber barons, like any of the early industrialists and shit like that. We still have places that are named after Rockefellers or named after Vanderbilts or so on and so forth.
Yeah, the OG mafia right there.
Yeah.
Or the Hatfields and the McCoys, like they're still their families are still fucking out there. I was just watching Channel 5 fucking doing some coverage on that, like, and the fucking snake churches in West Virginia and stuff, fucking. Crazy shit, but and then fucking before we wrap up really quick, I'll just say too, it is also crazy I know you guys didn't like Many Saints of Newark as much at all.
I liked it. I just was disappointed.
Yeah, for sure.
Could have been done better.
Probably could have definitely had, but I will say fucking I will say like I loved seeing what is that 50s? Is it 50s? I loved seeing 1950s New York, like 1950s New York, like holy shit, so fucking cool.
So many white people.
So cool, but just, white people for sure, but just so like, but
it's like that's like the romanticized era of mob.
Yeah,
like you have like the 20s.
And then you had the
30 years later, the 1950s was like crime. You could get away with shit. Neighborhoods didn't talk.
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking pure crime.
Yeah, like that scene where Harold fucking goes into the recruiting office and just blows the fucking 12 gauge shotgun just into the fucking the kid who's been fucking with him or whatever. He just kills that kid and then just casually just like hops into the fucking car and they just keep driving. He's like puts his arm out the window and it's just so casual. It's just like, oh yeah, you could just shotgun blast somebody then like hop back in the car like, all right, cool. Like,
there's no
what are we doing now? Like,
edge. All you need to do is get out of the area.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Yeah, but then it's so fucked up too because Dickie Moltisanti when he kills his dad because his dad like he gets into that fight with his dad and his dad's fucking like his dad beats his new girl or whatever, like his dad's girl, and then fucking who's that young ass fucking girl right off from the off the boat, barely speaks English, mostly speaks Italian, and then he beats his dad or like he beats her. Then Dickie brings it up with him, and he like is like, yo, you beat mom that way, like don't fucking beat, don't fucking. It triggers that in him, and then he beats his dad to fucking death there. Then he burns down the fucking auto body shop because like there's riots already happening and the city's already burning, so he's like, fuck it, like easily get away with it. And then fucking he finds out that homegirl fucked Harold and he kills her in the fucking like he murders her. That's the craziest shit. Like he's like he loves her and then he's just like, oh, you fucked that black killer, like fucking like he just murders her. Like,
and then it just goes back to the fact that we're following the stories of psychopaths. In both instances, the Sopranos in this film is a psychopath.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and then he gets killed because Junior slipped on a fucking stairs when it was raining, and he laughed at him. Like he gets murdered because he laughed at Junior, and then he was like, "Kill Dickie Moltisanti," because fucking he laughed at me. It's fucking Dickie Moltisanti. It's like, are you kidding me, Junior? You fucking like.
What's about the whole thing?
I know.
Junior was really one of the most like static characters.
Yeah.
Because like, dude,
but Junior was the most like mobster of mobsters.
Yeah.
Through and through, his character brings back to that fucking bravado of you insulted me in front of other people.
Yeah.
There was no apology given.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that was ever made right. So in the 1950s, I am going to kill you.
Yeah, like when Junior, like that scene where Junior like he like gets they hear about him eating pussy or whatever, and then he has to like just go murder a bunch of people and fucking like almost like fucking decides almost kills Tony like at that point and shit. Like it's literally just like he's just so like this like code of like this is just how like Johnny Sack is too, when Johnny Sack's like, oh, I have to kill this person because he said a joke about my wife. Like a
like rethinking
and Carmine's like, nah, bro, like that's we're not gonna clip him over that.
The story ends with him at a nursing home being senile.
And
Tony decides not to kill him. But who's not to say he's just doing the one flew over the cuckoo's nest to make Tony think that he's senile.
Oh yeah,
so
totally.
He lets him off. So I think Junior wins the whole thing.
But then Junior shoots Tony. Do you think that's intentional?
Everything's intentional with Junior, because if his story ended in the nursing home, he's too retired to deal with any of that. But he still got the person who wanted to kill him off his back.
Well, dude, my thing is that like in that scene where he shot Tony, like he's very clearly like going through some fucking like crazy.
Yeah, because he thought it was a different person.
He thought he was.
And then Tony was fucking with him too. Tony said "Hey, it's fucking blah blah blah," and then he fucking shoots him like because Tony's kind of joking with him.
Keep in mind that this whole series is from Tony's perspective, telling the story.
It's true. That is there. It could be embellished in Tony's
No, I'm just
direction.
embellishing on the theory of like maybe he was never crazy.
Yeah. Maybe. No, that's true. But I mean, I don't know. Somebody at that age, like my grandpa's going through Alzheimer's, and it's like
I know once you reach that age,
you see that in person, you're like, oh, this is so real.
I know people in their 30s are like that.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's just weed
drugs
smoke for me.
Kids.
Yeah, it's just marijuana for me. Guys, marijuana kills the memory.
Yeah. But I mean, the brain's a really fickle thing. It can turn against you at any time.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yep, Sopranos.
Yeah, no, Sopranos, man.
Sopranos, bro.
It's a great show. I love that. I really want to rewatch the episodes where they go to Italy.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That's fun. Like in
Those
Paulie,
are awesome episodes.
Paulie tries to like fucking hey buongiorno, like they just fucking blow him off. Yeah.
I don't even care that you're fucking Italian when you go over there.
Yeah. They've got this guy over there with the mozzarella.
Yeah,
They make it fresh. And the mozzarella, they make it fresh every day.
Yes, this is Jersey Italian going back to Italy, thinking that's like, it's like if a black guy goes back to Africa, and like, hey, they're not letting me dance with them. Like, what's
These
going on?
moulignons. You're a choco
It's like if I went back
briquette.
to like fucking Philippines, I'm like, why aren't you letting me eat that dog?
Or like if I go back to Iraq.
Yeah.
Just
Or
like,
what's left of it?
Yeah.
my country's dead.
The libraries were burned. There's nothing left. We did that.
Thank you, Tex.
America.
So what about like you guys think that they could do like another series called like altos?
No.
You know what I mean? Or just baritones?
I see what you're doing. Play on words.
Altos.
Castrados. Castrados would be like the weaker side of Tony's family. They're all just neutered.
So we just watched the Kenny G of mafia stories then.
That would actually be like really cool because I think that would probably just be like
Seinfeld.
Like, at a farmer's market or like
Just be Seinfeld.
Just, like the different crystal conventions or like the jewelry wrapping conventions. There's definitely probably some like white girl mob in Colorado controlling like all the crystals and wraps that come in and out of there.
Definitely
like,
crystal meth.
Definitely,
Yeah.
No. But if you're talking crystals and hippie shit, yes, that's definitely being held in Boulder.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like 1,000,000% like there. Yeah. There has to be.
Like they them are holding those meetings in
Yeah,
Boulder.
absolutely. Somebody named Sage of like indiscriminate gender is just out over here like enjoying it. Just like
You say indiscriminate gender, but you didn't listen to what Trump said. There's only two genders declared today.
oh yeah, table or booth, right? Those are the two genders. When you walk into a restaurant, they ask you your gender, you say fucking table or booth.
Smoking, non-smoking, in the 80s.
Yeah, right.
So out there it's the 1990s, but in here it's the 90s.
90s.
Yeah.
Oh. So what's your guys' favorite like mafioso like expression? Well, not expression, but yeah, you know what I mean, like exclamation. What's your favorite letter of the Italian alphabet? A-E-I-O.
Dayton's got a joke like that. But fucking
I never use it, but I never knew mozzarella didn't have an A at the end.
mozzarella. Yeah, mozzarella.
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 But there's an A at the end.
Yeah, they should not pronounce it, yeah.
Yeah, but if you say it in
Paisano.
California, it's even funnier. It's just mozzarella.
Stunad. I like
Mozzarella
Stunad's
sticks?
pretty good. I like
Sticks?
Stunad.
Oh man, I might get some mozzarella. Like, dude, is there an Italian restaurant somewhere near here?
Yeah.
I am sure there's a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
You're going to have to walk through 5 Mexican taco shops. Because they're all roughly the same name. Flippy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And similar flag colors
Luigi.
too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah, look for the eagle.
Yeah.
The one without an eagle.
Yeah.
The eagle with a snake, Mexican place. Eagle without a snake, Italian.
Yeah.
Easy distinguisher.
Yeah, you can tell if the lady has a mustache or not.
Yeah.
That's Italian.
Oh my gosh, hey, do you guys know why Italian dudes have mustaches?
Why?
So they can look like their mothers. Oh!
Oh,
That's my mother.
Hey, my
My
mother!
mother. That's my mother.
Oh my gosh, so my favorite not Sopranos Italian mobster to do an impression of is Fat Tony, but I don't know how to like do it yet. Just like, you are Krusty the Clown. I am Fat Tony. I have no idea what to say.
You just pulled it off. Yeah, from The Simpsons, I heard it.
Yeah, I just can't, I don't know what the fuck to make him say. Just like, I am going to take a bubble bath right now. Over here with the money.
Bring us the monies.
Yeah.
The money.
Yeah, it's crazy when they fucking kill.
She asks, when are you coming with the money? Where is the money? Etc.
It's crazy when they kill Pussy Bumpin' Sarah and they like fucking bring him out to sea and shit, and then they like fucking like have a drink with him and shit before like he dies. No, I mean it's not. No, I don't think it's fucked up. I just
Have
think
you
it's
guys
like
ever
this.
been out to like that side of New York?
Where?
Like basically, like where they went to Howard's Beach.
No, boat. I've never been there. I've only been in New York once.
It's crazy. I was eating at Luigi's
Mangione.
No, it's like a legendary former mob hangout. Right?
Oh shit!
And in the back room where we were dining is a patio with the boats. So the only thing I thought about was that scene where all they did was hop a boat on this river channel and took them out and dropped them.
Yeah.
And then to think, like, rewinding, like, wow, that's how easy it was for the mob to kill someone.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Still is, dude. Like, honestly, you can bring that out over here. Like, do you know how much ocean is out there? There's like a shit ton
dude,
of
in
ocean,
Las
like,
Vegas,
right
as Lake Mead drops, they're still finding bodies in barrels.
Yeah,
it still happens.
Yeah, talking about bottom of the barrel.
It's about water. It's like so easy to dispose of a body in water.
That's my favorite thing about water.
Yeah, it's so cool. You get like no traces of DNA on that fucking body. Like, yo, dude, water. It cleans it the fuck up. Dude.
What is this, Battle Beast? I choose fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Fireworks are right too, but like you can still find like gold teeth, and you can still find like certain bones, I think, or whatever. Like, I don't really know. I don't know too much about burning bodies. I'm just saying, like, yo, water.
I'm just a teardrop in an endless ocean.
Yeah, dude. Second tier, third tier. I'm dropping all them tears. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. This is bad, you guys. Real fast.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, well, good shit, y'all. Thanks for coming through. Good.
Yeah,
it was a good.
Yeah, just want to plug a few things.
Yeah, plug it up.
Yeah, I've been hosting trivia at JP's Pub in Terrasana on Mondays.
Terrasana.
7 o'clock or after football. We have the NC2A game going, so it's after football usually. But 7, good time. I write a lot of dark, fucked up trivia questions that wouldn't be on your normal trivia.
Hell yeah.
And then read me a few. They're good.
Let's see. Tuesdays also hosting trivia at Novo Brewing.
Nice.
In Mission Valley. So I just kind of been fucking around with that. And then in April 2nd, I got a roast battle against Bella.
Hey.
Getting back in the verbal ring to say a whole bunch of fucked up things to a comic I barely know. But, girl with a good heart, I guess.
Hell yeah. That's fun. Bella's a good comic. Shout out
good
Bella.
comic. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to check out the mic she does at Camels, but...
It's not going anymore.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
It's done. It's done.
The one time I was there,
she killed it because...
I gotta talk to the owner. I know Tariq. I'll get it started.
Yeah, get it started again. Yeah, we need something
the guy
there.
who owns Camel, his name is Tariq?
Tariq, yeah.
Like, for real? Oh, my God. So it is actually ran by a camel. So cool.
Oh, my God. You can only say that because he's from Iraq, guys. Yeah. Guys, he is from Iraq. Yeah. He's not...
Because I remember being in that place and being like, damn, I'm like literally the only camel here. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah. The owner's Arab.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Ezra, you want to plug anything?
I'm not going to tell you guys.
He's like, I wore a plug in here.
No,
that's that smell.
I don't know. Donate to your local charity, Bite Strangers. There's this charity that I'm running.
Bite Strangers?
Yeah, this charity I'm running donates dentures to old people so they can bite strangers. So if you want to donate to that, you can ask Wes for my Venmo.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember what it is right now.
But
yeah, you could give me money so I can turn it into my money.
Or just Venmo at Randy Villarba for no reason.
Oh, yeah. And then Randy will just give me
money.
Wait.
David Chase is working on the new show. David Chase is working on the new show.
All right. No. I'm interested to see the prequel with young Tony, especially because that his son did a good job.
He did a great job.
And it made me want to see.
I'm fucking hyped about that. Honestly, I was so sad that like all the Sopranos were done. I was like, it's over.
No, but so imagine when that ended, how long I've had to wait for
I know.
that you have in a few months. Dude.
I know, it's crazy. I know, I'm a lucky little bitch.
Yeah, you live in like
spoiled little
the best way I could equate that is like I didn't get into the Marvel Cinematic Universe really until this year.
Yeah.
So it's like I haven't even fucking caught up. So I just feel like I have like at the fingertips. I'm like I could explore an entire saga, and I don't have enough time to make through it.
But the thing is, I've talked about this on other pods, and we'll wrap up. But I think that the scarcity of I think that like being able to have that availability takes away from the quality and just like the enjoyment of things in a bit. Like I think that like you actually got to and you watched Sopranos when it was on TV too when it was airing.
No,
I didn't either. So
Sopranos for the first time, like last year.
Okay, so I just watched it too, but I think that being able to watch it while it was airing, I think that's super special. I think that like we don't experience that kind of thing anymore.
I agree with you.
Sometimes there is like, did you guys watch Penguin?
No, not yet. But echoing what you're saying, I miss the time release of the story.
Exactly.
From week to week, you had the ability to talk to your friends like this, catch up, and give ultimate reactions based upon how the story progressed. That's something that I feel like now everybody just watches at their own pace.
Well, people take things for granted because they don't need to the need to this is the only place you can watch this. You're not going to be able to see it anywhere else. That makes it more like where you're like, oh, okay, it gives you the mindset and just like where back in the day, like my mom talks about back in the day where she would wait in line for a record that she'd only heard the song once or twice on the radio and nobody else you couldn't hear it anywhere else.
You guys don't know the struggle of Sam Goody.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm a fan of Sam Goody.
Yeah,
Tower Records and concert tickets. If you know what that's about, that was the life, kids.
Exactly. I missed out, dude. I was born 93, bro. I fucking missed out.
I was born just in the right time to enjoy all that shit as it was falling apart. Yeah,
I got to see its heyday and then the degradation of it. I blame digital. Back when everything was being recorded on analog, there was more heart to it.
Yeah. I mean, there's that, but there's also just the fact that people for a long time stopped buying shit like that. And I will talk shit about.
Thank you, Napster.
Well,
for the computer viruses from the porn.
I mean, yeah, what was it? LimeWire was one of them, and then Winamax was the other one, Kaza.
I went to college with Heather Brooke. I'm like, that's the ID girl.
Really? Don't touch me, I'm a real LimeWire.
Yeah. But, what do you call it? That's
David Byrne.
But, no, dude, it's I'll talk shit about hipsters all day and night, but at least they brought back record collecting and shit like that, and now other fucking people just collect records too, and it's cool because that's what brought back record stores.
Just made vinyl more expensive. I liked it better when it was cheap.
Yeah. No, it did. It did make it more expensive, and I did like it better when it was cheap. But what I'm saying is
it's like Comic-Con. I remember when it was just us nerds, and the thing cost me $20.
For real.
I remember the thing, dude, for Tech Fest over in Detroit when it was free and shit like that. You could just walk in, and then they started charging $10 or $15 for a day. $30 for the weekend, some shit like that, and now it's hundreds of dollars, and it's just what happened to my childhood?
It's my favorite band, Tool. I remember when I could afford to go to their concerts, not just brace for a credit card payment.
The first time that I saw Tool, I think the ticket only cost me $30, $20 or $30.
I got mine for free.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah! All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on the pod. Fucking
thanks for having us.
Appreciate y'all. Yeah,
this was fun.
Me off on the pod.
Hell yeah!
If I ever get my podcast going again, I gotta have you on mine.
Definitely.
Yeah, do you have a podcast that's stupid? You could hear segments of me trying and giving up.
Yeah.
Before, now, and after pod. It's on there where you could disseminate your podcast, except YouTube because I'm lazy.
Hell yeah.
Podcast.
Sick, dude. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all.
Hope you get laid by the gender of your choice.
Hell yeah, there you go.